Hey, what's up, guys? Shuckle King here, bringing you my NPL Pool Battle 1 and Team Builder versus Deetrain. Now, sorry for the later-ish upload. I haven't uploaded in a little bit on the channel, partially because I was on vacation all of last week, and for that reason, I had to push all my battles for pools until the last week of the battle period, which was a 3-week period to play our 5 battles. So my first opponent is Deetrain, and he was on the ball getting battles done, and he is 4-0 right now. So he's not locked to make it past pools. If I beat him, he could go 4-1. It could be a 3-way tie for 4-1, in which that case would go to differential, I believe. But yeah, in that case, he would not necessarily automatically make it depending on differential, but regardless, he's in excellent shape. So shout outs to Deetrain for doing so well so far. But hopefully I can put an end to it and get a win, which would put me in great positioning if I'm trying to go for second place. Have one win up on everybody else who lost to Deetrain. So his team from most to least threatening would be Tornadus, Manaphy, Vikavolt, Amoonguss, Necrozma, Terrakion, Hydreigon, Klefki, Snorlax, and Marowak. I don't really see the Marowak coming at all. It's basically an unmon. I would be very surprised, and I feel like I would be able to take full advantage of it if it did come. It can't really do too much outside of Trick Room. I don't really see that coming on his team. Snorlax I also don't really imagine coming just because Conkeldurr is such a great response to it. And I'm more physically offensive with this team, so it's pressured pretty hard. His defense is not as great. But Tornadus, big problem. Manaphy, Tornadus is a big problem just because it's so fast. I do have 2 rock types that can hopefully handle it pretty well, but he could have ways around that. Manaphy is pretty annoying for my team. I mean, I have a lot of stuff that outspeeds it, but I don't have a fast grass type. Decidueye is okay, but not too fast, and if it gets Goldburn, it's a problem. And I don't have like a fast electric to handle Manaphy better. Vikavolt is surprisingly an issue if he's an agility life orb set. That'll do a lot of damage to me because I don't have a resistance to that on my team. I guess if it's like special defense at Decidueye, I could take it on pretty well. But otherwise, like Thunderbolt, Bug Buzz, HP Ice really hits my team pretty hard after an agility. Where I could bring like a special defensive Regigigas can also handle it, but it doesn't want to go for subs behind a Vikavolt, obviously. Amoonguss he's probably going to bring for the Manaphy. It handles the Scolipede pretty well. It can clear Smog too, so I have to watch out for that. Necrozma is decent because my dark type is Persian, so he could probably get past that. And Terrakion is pretty good against my team just because of how fast it is, though. Again, I do have a lot of stuff that can outspeed it. So I do expect that to be scarfed if he brings it. So my team, first, I do like the option of Speed Pass against his team. Necrozma and Conkeldurr are pretty good options to bring. Necrozma's problem is that he does have Hydreigon. Klefki can also somewhat handle a speed passing set. Conkeldurr actually looks pretty good in this matchup already, but with speed boost it makes it even better. I do need a ton of speed to outspeed a lot of stuff on his team. Like, I think I need to get the +6 in order to outspeed Tornadus T, so that's just crazy amount of speed boost there. And I would wear down my Scolipede a lot, but it might be worth it. So the team I'm bringing, you can see the first Pokemon here is Garchomp. Very standard spread, Outrage, Earthquake, Fire Fang, Sword Stance with max attack at basically max speed. The add speed is base 100. The Fire Fang is really only there to hit the Klefki if he goes for Magnet Rise because I don't want to be walled by that set. And Sword Stance is there, not really expecting to go for it, but like if the Amoonguss is in and I know it doesn't have Hidden Power Ice, and I can set up a Sword Stance on that. Or if it's like a very defensive Necrozma, and I might be able to set up on that, though I would doubt it. I'm probably not going to go for Sword Stance, but Z Outrage, he doesn't really have a switch in. Yeah, switch in would be Klefki, but then I just go for an Earthquake, so that's kind of a tough prediction to go for there. So the Garchomp should be able to pressure his team a lot. Another breaker that should do very well is Manaphy. Again, a pretty standard spread. Tail Glow, Ice Beam, Surf, Energy Ball. That is standard you're going to get. Ice Beam hits the Hydreigon harder than Surf. Energy Ball hits the Manaphy harder than Surf. Ice Beam also hits the Amoonguss harder than Surf. Everything else, Surf hits hard enough. So max HP and max speed is the speed tie the base 100, which is Manaphy in this case. The next Pokemon I'm bringing is a pretty interesting spread. The next 2 mons in conjunction are hopefully going to do very well against this team, and that's Scolipede and then Conkeldurr. As you can see here, I am a passing Scolipede, so my opponent, it's great that he did his battles early. I guess a little bit of a negative for that is there's 3 Scolipedes in this bracket, so he faced 2 of them. Both of them were offensive with Earthquake, so you might expect that same thing, and his Amoonguss was the answer for that. So hopefully this set should be able to set up on the Amoonguss, because I don't think I really set up on anything else on the team with the Scolipede, besides, I suppose, the Klefki. But I am not as confident he's going to bring that as I am more confident he's going to bring the Amoonguss. So this spread with the minus attack nature and HP and a little bit of defense will allow me to live a foul play from the Amoonguss without breaking a substitute. So if he goes for foul play, he won't be able to break my sub. I can protect, get a bunch of speed up, or I could just set up a bunch of spikes if he stays in with his Amoonguss, because if he stays in with the Amoonguss, then I can get all my spikes up and get up to +6. Or if he switches out, then I have a free substitute to pass. So he's in a little bit of a bind there. So hopefully I can set up on an Amoonguss and do pretty well to Scolipede, and then get into Conkeldurr. Another great thing about substitute and this bulk is that if he is Clear Smog, he won't be able to break my sub, obviously, and remove my stat boosts. Because with this Conkeldurr set, I want to speed pass it. So another thing I consider while team building was considering all the things that could stop the Scolipede set from working. So some of them were like Taunt. So Tornadus, Hydreigon, Terrakion all have Taunt. Highly doubt Terrakion would carry Taunt. Hydreigon could carry Taunt, but I could even protect on that and Baton Pass out a speed boost. Tornadus could Taunt, and that would be annoying, but I would just have to work around that. And I would kind of imagine Tornadus running Taunt, actually, in this matchup. But hopefully I can get spikes up, and his hazard removal is Hydreigon, Tornadus T, Klefki. Again, I don't really think Klefki is going to come. Hydreigon could definitely defog away, but I would imagine that's going to be a more offensive set. Tord can run defog too, but if he has defog, then he's probably not Taunt. He's probably going to be 3 attacks and then either Taunt or defog. So hopefully I'm going to be able to speed pass boosts in the Conkeldurr. I could also speed pass boost, obviously, in the Garchomp or Manaphy. Garchomp would be nice to pass the speed boost to add speed to Tornadus. Manaphy is nice to get speed boost to add speed the Tornadus as well. So, and the Terrakion, so that way I don't be forced to get in the Eye Papa Berry range. But hopefully Conkeldurr does pretty well in this matchup. I have Facade, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Knockoff. So I have 44 speed. So there's a lot of different speed tiers I'm considering with this set, but like a +2 doesn't really add speed anything more. At +3 I do add speed Terrakion, and +4 I add speed everything that's not Scarfed with this set. And at +6 I outspeed Choice Scarf Tornadus. So that is what I'm going with this set. I don't think he's going to be Choice Scarf Tornadus. I don't think it really makes a whole lot of sense unless you really wanted to outspeed my outspeed my Aerodactyl. But I'm not bringing that this game, spoiler. So this set here, Facade, Drain Punch, Mach Punch, Knockoff, should do a lot of damage to his team. Facade, his resist is Klefki, and that's going to get hit pretty hard with a Drain Punch. I shouldn't take a whole lot in return from Play Rough or whatever his fairy move is going to be. Knockoff is there for the Necrozma. It does a little bit more damage than Facade, and he really doesn't have a reason to bring Colbur Berry. And maybe I can remove items off other things as well. Maybe like a Snorlax. If he's a more defensive set, he could take a Drain Punch, though not well if he's max defensive. So hopefully this set can do well, and the special defense allows me, because I don't really need the physical defense, because that's really only for Terrakion, and Conkeldurr handles Terrakion really no problems. So I want to take special hits from like Amoonguss, or special hits from like the Hydreigon going for Draco Meteor or Dark Pulse. So next Pokemon I have is Mega Diancie, a bulky spread, just preventing to get rocks and spikes up, because he does have a Klefki, so I don't want to get spike stacked as possible because the rest of my team is hurt by spikes. This set will allow me to outspeed Terrakion, and give me as much bulk possible. The thing is, Tornadus T could still knock me out if he used Hidden Power Steel and Life Orb. He has like a 50-50 chance of knocking me out. But I'll probably go for that risk, assuming that he's not Life Orb, and then I will be able to kill him in return with Diamond Storm unless if he's Charty Berry. So I also take a Flash Cannon from Klefki from full, so I should do a lot of damage with Hidden Power Fire in return to it. And I'm Hidden Power Fire instead of Earth Power in case if he is Magnet Rise. If he's Magnet Rise, I can't do anything too much anyway to the Mega Diancie to the Klefki with Moonblast. So I don't want it to just sit in there, kill off my Diancie, and then it'd be able to get spikes up in return. So that's the reasoning for the set there. And the last Pokemon I have is a special defensive-ish Necrozma. I do have Defense Bulk. This allows me to live a +2 Stone Edge or a Z Stone Edge from Terrakion after taking Stealth Rock damage. I'll be able to kill him in return with a Photon Geyser. The rest of the set is basically standard bulk. Stealth Rocks, obviously, to wear down the Tornadus and the Vikavolt. Moonlight for recovery, and then Toxic will hit the Mega Calm Mind Necrozma or will hit the Hydreigon. So that's my team. Let's get right into the match.
All right, here we are for the battle against Deetrain. His record is currently 4-0 right now. Don't remember the differential. It's pretty high, like 12-ish. So let's see how this battle goes. Hopefully it goes to plan. Mega Diancie prevents rocks or spikes up, and I can sweep with Conkeldurr. So let's accept this battle. Okay, so the things that he could potentially phase my Scolipede with are Taunt on Tornadus. He could be Roar or Taunt on Hydreigon. He could be Roar on Terrakion. No Snorlax, which is cool. No Hard Swap Manaphy, which is really cool. I'm guessing it has to be Assault Vest Amoonguss or a very specially defensive Necrozma. Ooh, sorry. A little bit of Earl Grey tea. Been pretty tired since I came back from my vacation. His rockers are Necrozma or a Terrakion. I don't have Toxic on this set, which would be nice for the Necrozma if he starts setting Calm Minds up right away. But otherwise, I think I can handle it all right. No Klefki either, which is really cool. So let's see. What do I think I should lead with? Let me get my notes. Tornadus T. Hydreigon, Necrozma, Terrakion, Amoonguss, and Vikavolt. I'm a little surprised about the Vikavolt, but I'm perfectly okay with it. He also does not have a Dragonium Z resist, which is really cool. I could lead with it right now and probably get a kill, unless he's like a very defensive Amoonguss, but I think I'm going to just go with my plan and lead with my Mega Diancie. So let's get that set up. Good luck, have fun, my man. He leads with the Torn. I'm going to turn 1 Mega Evolve and Protect and see what he goes for. And if he doesn't go for like a Hidden Power Steel, or most likely Iron Tail, then I feel pretty safe for just going on the offensive. Let's see what he does. He stays in and goes for Hidden Power. Probably Hidden Power Steel, which is good information for me to know. Let's see. Mega Diancie, I should be able to live this. Tornadus. Life Orb. Hidden Power Steel. Does 92 to 109 if he's Life Orb. Diamond Storm does kill, though. That's is that a risk I'm worth taking here? If he's not Life Orb, then we are in great shape to knock him out. How big of a deal is this Tornadus to my team? It is the fastest thing. It would be really nice to take this out. He probably does have Taunt, unfortunately, but I think going for the Diamond Storm is definitely worth trying to knock this out. That does nothing. He has Focus Ash. Okay. Let's see what that damage is based on. So it's Hidden Power Steel 100%. He is Mass Special Attack. He probably got a low roll. Special attack. Tyranitus with HP Steel. My Necrozma is a great answer to this. I could also just protect in case he tries to stay in or like predicts a switch out. But do I really afford? He really has nothing to lose by going for a Hidden Power Steel here. And if I go to my Conkeldurr, that'd be a risky play. If I go in a Scolipede, that'd be risky for the flying move. Necrozma is really safe here. I'm going to go to Necrozma. See what he goes for. I should be able to prevent Rock from going up at all times. So let's see. Let's confirm that damage. Necrozma. Tornadus T. HP Steel. It looks like it's just a timid set. I think U-turn is pretty safe for him to go for. But I can get up rocks right here, so I'm definitely okay with this. I could go for a Toxic as well, predicting the Vikavolt, but I don't think that's really worth it at this point. I'm going to just get up my rocks. He goes in Hydreigon. His Hydreigon. A Z-move user, it's not Tracheon and Snorlax. So I should be chipping down that Tornadus a lot. And his potential defoggers are this Hydreigon or the Tornadus, which would be pretty difficult for him to get one off. I don't want to go on Conkeldurr and take this hit. The Terrakion. Do I really want to get weakened with this Necrozma to take a Dark Pulse or whatever type of hit? I can take it pretty well. Hydreigon, Life Orb attacker, Dark Pulse. It does over half. If I get a Toxic on it, it'd be cool. And if a Diancie such is pretty obvious here, I'm going to go for the Toxic. I don't think he goes for the Dark Pulse here. I think he goes for a U-turn. Yes, he does. So that's great for me. Let's see what that damage is. U-turn, not Life Orb. Could be Scarfed. I go for the Toxic here. That's okay. He predicts that well. He might be Choice Scarf. Hydreigon. So that's something to take note of. What is my switch in? Honestly, I could go... See, I don't think he's Roar. He's Roar Hydreigon. Can I win the game right now? I can't win if Necrozma is defensive. Would he be defensive, though? Photon Geyser is going to do a lot. What's his play right now? It could be the Spore. How much does a Moongas? See, I have no idea if this is Assault Vest or if it's physically defensive. Rocky Helmet, potentially. Photon Geyser does a lot. What's this play right now? This play is either the Spore or going to Hydreigon. Scolipede's a weird play in that case. Diancie is alright. I can just go for a Photon Geyser and weaken this a ton. Is that the play? I'm okay with getting this asleep. And if he goes into a Hydreigon and I go into my Diancie, I think I'm okay with this. Let's see, he goes for the Toxic. Does not do much at all. Obviously because I'm immune to it. So, interesting play there. Toxic. I wonder what he was trying to predict. But I feel like Scolipede is pretty free here. I don't think he can do much to me. So I'm going to go right into that. Giga Drain does nothing. Let's see what that damage is. Scolipede. Amoonguss. No special attack investment. On Amoonguss. And I can substitute right here. If he goes for the foul play and cannot break my sub, that's great for me. I will try to get spikes up right here. A second foul play is going to break my sub. He has Toxic, Giga Drain, foul play. I'm going to go for the substitute again. Really no drawback into doing that. I could protect, but then I could lose momentum, and I might as well try to get a substitute if I can. Let's see. A Conkeldurr. to an Amoonguss. It'll do 65 to 78%. I should be fine. I'm going to spike again. He's going to foul prey and break my sub. I will go for the substitute again. And I will protect here. And I will baton pass into my Conkeldurr, and I think I win the game here. I don't think he has anything for this. He can't have anything for this. I mean, what's his options right now? I don't know why he stayed in, to be honest. I'm going into my Conkeldurr. Let's see what he goes for. Giga Drain, he breaks my sub. So that's a good play on his part. But so he could, if he doesn't have Clear Smog, I win right here. Let's see if he has it. He doesn't have it. That's not looking great for him. That facade damage, 68%. He's pretty physically defensive. A Drain Punch probably doesn't knock him out. I'm going to go for the facade again. It looks like I'm in pretty decent shape to get the win here. He sacks off the Conkeldurr, which I'm definitely okay with. His quick play is to go into Necrozma. Let's see. Choppleberry. Oh yeah, that was definitely dumb. Let's see. To Necrozma. Facade could knock him out. Knockoff has a better chance to kill him. I think he also loses a pretty good answer for Manaphy right here. If he's max defensive, he probably lives. Well, if he's max defensive, he lives. This is a tough play here. Am I okay with sacking my Conkeldurr here? I do have a lot of spikes up. What's he gonna do right now? He's gonna go for the Psychic. If I do a lot of damage. Now, Knockoff does slightly more. What would be the reason for him to run Colbur Berry? Alolan Persian. He really doesn't have a reason. Knockoff, I think, is definitely the play here. Does slightly more than Facade. Does not get the knockout. And I'm gonna die to this Photon Geyser. He's Twisted Spoon. That's an interesting set. Let's see. How do I lose this game? I lose this game if Terrakion sets up, I think. Or, I mean, if you get to defog off with Tornadoes, that'd be unfortunate. Let's see, that Conkeldurr knockoff, 66. That's even. He's not bold, but he has a lot of defense into the Necrozma. A lot of defense. Necrozma. I probably shouldn't let him get up a Moonlight here. My plays are either going into Diancie or going into Manaphy. I think going into Diancie is probably the play. I should be able to get a kill with Moonblast pretty easily. Yeah. Yeah, ready to go for the Moonblast. I get a kill. That's great. I got Stealth Rocks up. I get Spikes. The Tornadoes is going to come in. He can kill me pretty easily right now. Am I okay with this? He revenges the Vikavolt, revenges the Hydreigon, revenges the Terrakion. What don't I need right now? I need my Necrozma to still be very healthy, to take a +2 hit after the Z-moves burn from the Terrakion. So I don't want to go into Scolipede here. In case he doesn't knock me out, he could go into the Terrakion. I don't think that's great. He can probably knock me out of here. I'm sure he has Taunt. Focus Sash, Taunt. He's not Hidden Power Ice, which is good to know. Is he Scarf Tydragon? If he's Scarf Tydragon, then I guess... No, Diancie's still pretty important to save, I will say. I'm going to go into Scolipede. Oh, man. I can't go into Necrozma. Don't want to go into Manaphy. Don't want to really stay in with the Deancy because it really does well against the rest of his team. I think Scolipede is expendable, especially because I can get a pass off. Yeah, I'm going to go into Scolipede, and then I can go to my Necrozma. He gets a defog off. Not the greatest for me. What's his play? His play is to probably go into Terrakion and set up a Swords Dance. Do I let him knock me out? He goes for the Air Slash and kills me. He goes into Terrakion. If he sets up a Rock Polish or a Swords Dance, that's a little bit of an issue. If I Baton Pass, I should be in pretty decent shape. At worst, I go into Garchomp. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, he can knock me out. I'm going to go into Garchomp. Yeah. Go into Garchomp. I could go for the Z Outrage. Fire Fang couldn't miss. I don't think it's really a drawback play for going for the Z Outrage here. Goes for the Icy Wind. Lowers my speed. I'm okay with that. Kill this Tornadus. My Manaphy still looks pretty decent. My Necrozma is in decent shape to take on the Terrakion unless he's focused. If he's like Rock Polish Focus Sash, and that's pretty unfortunate. But otherwise, I should be in okay shape here. He's going to go into the Vikavolt. I am pretty specially defensive. I think I just have to go for the Outrage right here. Let's see how much. Garchomp, Vikavolt, Choice Specs. Oh, he's going to knock me out. Let's see if he knocks out a Necrozma. He could knock me out. And I'm not going to do too much to him in return. Yeah, I got to go for the Outrage. Get as much damage off on this as possible. If he sets up an Agility, it's definitely going to be an issue. Can my Manaphy live a hit? My Manaphy cannot live a hit. My Necrozma will be able to live a hit. Go for the Outrage. He does go for the Agility. If he goes for the Roost, that would be annoying. Yeah, he goes for the Bug Buzz. He's not Life Orb, though. So let's see. My Garchomp should have done. So he's like a pretty bulky. He could be max HP. But if he's max speed, he needs enough speed. My Necrozma can take a hit right here. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely my play. If he goes into Hydreigon, that's unfortunate, but I think Manaphy is still in pretty decent shape here. So I'm going to go for the Photon Geyser. His switch might be pretty obvious. I should be able to take this pretty easily, and I do knock him out in return. So that's great. Scarf Hydreigon is certainly an issue. My DNC, I'm pretty sure, wins as long as he's not a Focus Sash on one of these sets. But I'm guessing he wanted a Defog to give more health for the Vikavolt to try to set up, which is definitely understandable. So at this point, he can't really go into Terrakion and try to set up. Yeah, he goes into Hydreigon. Let's see. Necrozma. And Terrakion. Or this is Hydreigon. Let's see if a U-turn knocks me out from here. U-turn doesn't knock me out. So I think my play is to go for the Moonlight in case he goes for a tail. No, I think Moonlight is a pretty safe play regardless. Yep, he goes for the Dark Pulse, knocks me out. Manaphy versus a Hydreigon. I don't think he specs. Ice Beam doesn't do enough to knock him out. DNC kills with a Moonblast. Terrakion dies to a Moonblast. Let's see. If he is... He would have to be scarfed and get a flinch on me. But if I go into my mana fee and he goes to the Dark Pulse, I can set up a Tail Glow and then get Eye of Papa Berry activated. But then he kills with the Terrakion. Do I think he's Scarfed Hydreigon or Scarfed Terrakion? I think DNC's to play regardless. And I go for the Moonblast here. He doesn't live if he's Roselli Berry. If he switches out to Terrakion, he lives, unless he's Focus Sash. But even if he's Focus Sash, then obviously I can KO it, because Quick Attack is not going to be able to kill me from this range. He is Scarfed, does a lot of damage, doesn't flinch. Okay, that's great. I mean, he could still be Scarfed Terrakion, or he could be a Focus Sash here. He is Quick Attack. That's a little unfortunate. Let's see. Mana Feed to Terrakion. Z-Move has a chance to knock me out. I think he wins this. Oh, maybe not. Is he banded? Oh man. Yeah, man, that was crazy. Yeah, if he wasn't banded or scarfed, then he definitely won the game there. That was a crazy match there. Good game to Deetrain. I was able to pull out there. Let's see. Would Quick Attack have killed? Oh yeah, that would have killed my DNC. Let's see. Quick Attack. Yeah, that would have killed. Well, it's a close 1-0 win. He technically doesn't guarantee an advance at 4-1 because there could be 3 people going 4-1, but with only losing to me by a 1 differential, he has a really, really great chance of advancing to the bracket. So congrats, Deetrain. I'm like 99.9% sure you're going to advance. Now it's going to come down to the rest of us in this bracket. So hopefully I can pull this game off, but we'll see. But until next time, later, guys.